Okay, so continuing on where we left off, I looked through it. I started printing out some logs to try to get a rough idea of what was going on as to why well, as always, I'll just flat out show you. So when I place on a ceiling, let me place on a foundation so I can actually jump up here. When I place it on position 1, you will see position 2 and position 3 go bye-bye. Now, why might that be? Well, if we look here, our printout did not find matching index, so that's basically what happens right here on the very first one. Then the next one you see setting position, blah 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 to true, which is this guy right here. And then we, go through and I don't even know why I have this. Did I add that? Yeah, I did. I never recompiled afterwards. That actually, in theory, no, actually scratch that. That would break it if I left that, if I had that break in there. So this is like how it is before, well, what you just saw. So we're setting be a socket and use to true, and then regardless, we're adding it back. Then the only thing we're doing is we're updating the socket name. We're never actually setting this back to false afterwards. So what we need to do is take this line on 220, move it after we add it, and set it to false. So that's kind of like a precaution. Or better yet, we can repeatedly do that up here at the top, where we just make sure we reset it to false just to make sure that it does return or revert back to what it's supposed to be. Okay, let's hit play. Same exact situation, place down the foundation, parkour. So position 1, we place it down, and that's gone. We still have position 2, position 3, and position 4, and just like real life, I'm in my box. So from there, place down another foundation or another ceiling. We can keep going up, and honestly, just keep going up. And I probably parkour my way through this. Let's see here. Wall, add a ceiling, add a wall, add a ceiling, and sprint through. And then parkour. So yeah, that kind of sums up the rough idea of, dang it. Well, not the rough idea, but that sums up the bug fix. And now let's try to gap over this real quick. And we got it. Okay, well, that was a waste of time. Anyways, that's what was required to fix said stupid bug. So I'm going to go ahead and actually remove the logs. Now that I know we are kind of good to go, actually leave you and I'll just comment you out. But that's really all that we had to do to make the change. So we're in function add instance. And the second part, so if we did not find a matching index, meaning it's a new mesh that we just added, then we want to go through and add all the sockets to the struct and set it. We just got to make sure we set in use back to false, so that way we prevent those stupid issues, because otherwise, well, you saw what happened, especially if you were following along with the previous videos. But now that's fixed and it is working properly, I think. Not sure how confident I really feel about that, but we'll just kind of have to see. The more I'm seeing it, the more I'm noticing the only thing we are doing is we're converting these to strings. We're not really doing any sort of manipulation. So one thing that I do want to do is in data types, where we have our f socket information, socket name, I'm going to revert this to f name instead of f string. And then back over here in .cpp, we're going to have some errors where we are doing our comparisons here. So we're converting socket names to string, because this used to be a string, now it's an f name, so we can remove all of our to string conversions from those, like so. We have, I think, just 3, like that. So let's recompile and relaunch just to make sure no stupid breaky crap that always seems to happen to me happens. Alrighty, back here in the editor, I'm gonna move the output log out of the way, make sure we can build our normal sky tower again. Just fine. Doesn't really matter actually which one I do it on. I should be able to still just kind of parkour my way up. And I'd say we are pretty much good to go. And it fell. Can't place anything, nothing extra. We are just able to continue. And why not close stuff off? Because we are going to end the video. So that is going to be, and I can't do anything. That is going to be it for this video. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon. I'm out. Patreon in the link in the description. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon down in the description below, where I have a team deathmatch series just for Patrons, as well as you get early access to all my videos, such as this one. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to join my Discord. That's also linked down below, and I'll try to help you out. And this one was a bit of a painful one to spit out, so adios.